No, it doesn't have to be specific. As far as I'm concerned, as I understand the word conscious that people use, I never do, consciousness is a knowing of, or awareness of, or noticing of what is.
Yeah, but it can be that it's very total. It must not be something specific.
No, I'm not
it's
saying.
It's just being aware kind of thing.
No, hold on. I've just said
yeah.
Consciousness is a knowing of or an awareness of what is.
Yeah.
It's not specific. It doesn't have to be a tree.
Yes.
It is what is. So as far as this is concerned, what's being suggested here is that knowing or being aware of what is being separate from what is. There has to be something else that is separate to know and be aware of what is. And that is the story of separation. So the whole belief that consciousness knows itself, or that you can develop yourself in such a way as to be aware, more aware of what is simply a part of the story and keeps that which is aware of what is separate. It feeds. Awareness is the accomplice of separation. It feeds the whole energy of being separate. For there to be awareness, it has to be apart from what it's aware of. There's a whole world out there, with self-inquiry and all of that sort of thing, that develops this sort of belief, and it's all in the end reinforces the sense of knowing and being in control. It's a story.
As far as I understood, it means in the last consequence that there's just left total openness to whatever arises.
Okay, but if there's openness to whatever arises, there's openness to something arising. This is not.
But it doesn't have this heavy sense of there's an object and here's the subject. I mean, it's just very.
For me, it does. In the end, ultimately, as far as the open secret is concerned, there is nothing left.
So what is energy then?
Energy is nothing arising as energy. Energy is nothing appearing as this manifestation. But they're both the same thing. This is nothing in a form, in an appearance. They aren't apart. There isn't a nothing and something else called appearance. Appearance is nothing.
Is this the same as emptiness? Is form is emptiness?
Yeah. But those are words.
Yeah, I mean, I have to communicate somehow.
No, you don't.
No?
No, you don't. This doesn't. There's no intention here to communicate anything. There's no intention here. There's no agenda. This is a response out of nothing. And it doesn't have any obligation. Because it doesn't have any purpose. Because there is no God.
May I ask for another one? This energetic shift you are talking about.
But it's only an appearance. It isn't real. It doesn't happen.
So why are you talking about it?
Okay, so I'm not.
You're not talking.
This is what's currently happening. There's no one here talking. You're not talking. It's what's happening.
I'm not
That's
talking.
nothing.
I mean, there are some sounds. Everybody.
Yeah, there are apparent sounds, but everything is in appearance. The trees, this body, this magnificent body you see before you. The audience, the sounds are simply nothing appearing without any purpose or reason. It's complete. It's fulfilled. It doesn't need to know itself. It doesn't need to know anything because it's already fulfilled. If it needed to know itself, it would have to be a part of what exists.
And this is for anyone. It doesn't need to know.
Liberation is unknown. Not something that knows unknown. It's unknown. sharing is wonderfully, absolutely useless.
me, is it really only this small world, only this, what is just now happening? Nothing?
No, just this. It's tiny, it's tiny. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed.
Yeah.
It's tiny, it's just this. It's an ache in the elbow, it's the warmth, it's the tractor.
It's a little bit less?
It's even tinier than that. It's just it's like that, you know. All that.
Did you
Really,
experience this?
it is so much like just that. No, really.
Yeah.
The trouble is we've got has such magnificent ideas about itself. And about, you know, enlightenment and everything's really significant and da 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 da. But actually it's just.
So why I can't experience this permanent
You can't, you don't know, the me can't know. So I'm balmy really. The me only knows something down there, what? It's over there, it's down there, it's down there. When I've meditated for 3 weeks, when I've eaten rice, when I've self-inquired, when I've inquired into the source of every thought, every moment I have to inquire into the source of every thought. If only a thought arises, I must go to the root of it. I've got to do that. Become more and more aware, and if it doesn't work, I just have to try harder. Try harder, harder, harder. God. And I must go to see this new guru that I've heard about. You know, he or she is marvellous. She's so beautiful and open and flowing and lovely. And you go there, you get on the train, you know, and you go there and you come to the entrance and you start walking up the steps to see this new guru. And what's so amazing about it is that what you're looking for is in the footsteps. It's in the actual footsteps, isn't it? It's just...
So exhausting.
Yes, it is exhausting. We die of it. And then we die of seeking and looking for it. We wear ourselves out looking for it, and we die, and there it is. Gotcha.
Tony, at least is to have sex the same like to sit on a chair?
You can have it on a chair. just this all one. There isn't anything that's different.
No different.
Everything is this.
This is.
I'd like to. People were asking about perception, and I would like to ask another time. When you say all there is this, does that include perception in a non-personal way?
Yes, I mean, apparent perception can happen. The difficulty with the whole idea of like awareness or perception or any of those things is that the me then thinks that it's a function that can bring something, or this perception, or then what is arises from perception. What is doesn't need it, is it is it. Therefore, there doesn't need to be perception, but to see what is, or for there to be what is.
Okay, so
And perception is also something that it seems to happen,
yeah, in a non-personal way.
but it's not significant or
Okay, so
it's a mechanic.
it's something that's still there, and it's just a busy mind that makes the.
Well, the me will always turn everything into a meaning or a path or
Something
method
to try to
or-
concentrate on and gain something out of it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nothing is needed for there to be what is, including the knowing of it. That's not. There is just what is. Is there a mic there?
So why is wholeness hidden?
Louder.
Why is wholeness hidden?
It's not hidden in the sense that it hides, but it's not apparent to that which seeks it, because it is already everything. It is already what is. It's not apparent to that which wants to grasp it or own it or seize it. So in that sense, it's hidden from that which is continually grasping it. So it's like, this is what is, and the grasping goes like this, and it's not. But the strange thing is, of course, in the end, ultimately, and this is the mystery which can't be answered, the grasping is also what is. There's nothing apart. There's not two.
So it seems like a game.
Yeah, in a way, it is a sort of game. But of course, it's a game that wholeness plays. There isn't such a thing as a separate person. Wholeness is just the appearance of separate, appears as separate, and when it appears as separate, me seems to form and thinks it has an identity. But in fact, the identity of me is simply wholeness appearing as the identity. It's a ridiculous, crazy, meaningless game. But for the me, it doesn't seem like that. And it's no good saying to me, oh well, seeking is fine, everything is fine because it's all wholeness, because those are just words. It's like saying to a blind man, blindness is fine because all there is seeing. So.
Just a silly question. My previous master was a French one. After the hand of...
Am I your master?
So he did something that you don't do.
I can imagine that.
At the end of our meeting, and after answer questions and all these things, he just sit in silence and enter what we can call samadhi, or and
I'm not quite sure. I'm not very good at Sanskrit words, apart from one word, Advaita. I know about that one.
yeah.
But what is samadhi? What?
I don't know. He was entering sort of peace. He looks peaceful,
right.
loveful.
I certainly don't do that. Right.
It was not looking as dissociation. There was a strong energy in the room. I felt at the moment. Some people are crying, or what was it? What was it?
Emotional energy, spiritual emotional energy. What happens is that if what can often happen is somebody can have an awakening or not, it doesn't matter, and they then believe that they've become enlightened, but there's a subtle residue of me there, and so they develop a sort of energy around the sense of being enlightened, and they then attract other people who also want to become personally enlightened. So this is a personally enlightened master who's helping other people to become personally enlightened. And the interesting thing is that energetically, in awakening, there's a huge explosion and openness, but there's still a residue. There's still a bit of stickiness in here. There's still something in here that draws things in. So the energy goes out, powerful energy goes out and attracts other people. And then, strangely, it then comes back into this and glorifies this and draws people into this. And it actually also empowers this emotionally. So that you get a lot of so-called masters who have, what's the Indian word? They can do strange things.
Cities.
Sad cities or something. Oh, Sid, you know. And so they seem very powerful, and they seem to appear to be, as you say, sitting there in this sort of sublime, lovely sort of energy. And that's attractive to people, and it does create a huge emotional turmoil or feeling of elation in people. It's all the story. It's utterly wonderfully meaningless. But, wholeness can appear as anything, including apparently enlightened masters.
He seems to have control on it and to decide when he wanted
yes, he
to
does.
happen.
Yes, he does seem to do that. He may believe that he's doing that, but actually, of course, it's wholeness appearing as the belief that I am doing it. And those sort of people, when they come into a meeting or anything, they can turn on that state, and they walk in that sort of way, and they speak in that way, and they listen to vegetarian music. It's a game. It's just a game. There's hundreds of them now. There's hundreds of them. In California first, and in Kisslegg.
These Californian ones seems not very serious, but the French one was so serious. It was a very big hook for me.
You were completely fooled, weren't you? It was nice. No, it's very attractive. It's attracted to the seeker's idea of what enlightenment should look like. And that's the game that harness plays.
What they say, world will be better if many people wake up and lost the ego or something. What you say? The world will be better.
Who will be better?
Huh? World.
Oh no. The world won't be any better because there isn't one.
Will the appearance be better?
The appearance
Of the world be better?
no, there is, well, not better or worse. In reality, there is no better or worse. There is only what is. It's only in the story that there's better or worse, good or bad. Polarities, or subject or differences, opposites, good and bad. In reality, in the natural reality, there is only what is.
Yeah. But it seems like the story would be better.
Not necessarily. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Nothing's better or worse. It just is what it is. And of course, when the me is no more, then the story is no more. The story is seen as an appearance. It has no significance.
A very short question, I think I already have asked it once. If there is no seer...
So there's no seer.
Yes. What is the vehicle of seeing?
What is the...
Vehicle,
There isn't one.
But doesn't it need to be carried, established, is seeing?
No.
Where is it coming from? What is happening there?
Nothing is all there is, and nothing is seeing apparently happening, but it doesn't need a vehicle for it to apparently happen.
It doesn't need a vehicle for apparently happening.
No, we're back to the awfulness of this message. The awfulness of this reality is that there is nothing happening, so there isn't a need for a vehicle for anything to happen.
Yes, I understand.
Except logically.
Yes.
Logically, the logical mind would say, well, you need eyes, and light comes into the eyes and into the brain and is interpreted. Okay? That's seeing. That's a story. It's a story.
Yeah.
It has no reality. It's not real. It's real and unreal. And therefore it has no significance. And therefore there's no need for it. And therefore there's no need for it.
Wonderful.
There's freedom. Freedom is that which needs nothing and can appear as the need for something as well. But the one thing we didn't need is coffee.
Oh, yes.
Das sollte mehr auf dem Ruf begründen. Mir fällt langsam nichts mehr ein.
Oh.